see ours set up like on my window, like, and like you're on my blinds. I've always loved this lighting. I used to use it as a kid when I would make musicallys. As you can see, I'm in my home bedroom and not my dorm. So I had my last college final yesterday, and then I decided to drive home last night. And I got home at around 11:30, 12-ish. So today's next morning. So it's my first technically day home. So now that I've been through a whole semester of college, I feel like I can like talk about it. I had people ask me questions, but like I was also still learning things myself. Literally until this week. Like I was I was like figuring things out that I should have been doing the whole time. But I feel like now I can do my tips and tricks from the first semester. So here are 8 tips and tricks that got me through my first semester of college. So actually my first tip, it's like a mix of like 2 things because they kind of go hand in hand. Stay ahead on your work, like be early if you can, and don't get comfortable before you do your work for the day. So my classes, like if I had a class Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I only had work due Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And on my Tuesday, Thursday classes, I only had work due Tuesday, Thursday. For instance, like my English class, it was like these short stories, which took like 5 to 10 minutes to do. I could do all of them for the week on Monday in like 15, 20 minutes. So a lot of the time I would either get ahead on that, or math class, like I had Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. And like the math homework was always online. It was like 20 questions. If I knew that I had homework due Wednesday, sometimes I would just do it while I was doing Monday's math homework. That way I was just like on the topic of math, if that makes sense. So then like sometimes I'd get to Wednesday and have nothing and decide to do Fridays, or like sometimes it would be Thursday and I'm doing next Monday's homework. And it would be so nice because I wouldn't have homework till like the next Wednesday. It was my favorite thing about college personally, because there'd be some days where I'd go and I would get other things done and like not be stressed about homework. And don't be comfortable before you do work. For instance, math homework. I needed to do the math like in a notebook. If I laid in bed, I would be like stuck in bed. I wouldn't want to get out of bed. So that was my main thing, because I would always like literally tell my roommate, I'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have laid down. Like after laying down, you don't want to get up. The next one, this is my favorite one. This is the one I enjoy the most, and it was like finding something consistent to do with your friends. So me and my friends Michaela and Sam, every Monday we would go get coffee, whether that's try a new place or go to the sit down coffee shop that we love, or just going to the drive-through coffee shop and then just running around town in like our car. Every Monday we would go do that. Like it was our set thing. And it's what made Mondays like so much more enjoyable. Every Monday we'd wake up and we'd text in our group chat, we'd be happy Monday, like what do we want to do today? What time do you want to do? Because sometimes our class would get canceled so we could change times or whatever. Like Mondays never felt like a Monday, doing happy Mondays on it. So like it was just those things. Like we'd either go sit in a coffee shop for an hour, or like we would go try a new place, because obviously there's not a lot of coffee shops in Stillwater, and we've probably tried almost every place. But like then we could like tell each other our stories. Like if we hadn't seen each other in like 2 days, like so much could happen in 2 days, and we would literally have like an hour and a half of stories to tell each other. It was just so fun. That was my personal favorite thing. My next one would definitely be like if you have a class and then you have a break in between it, like study in between it. So for instance, my Comp 1 in college algebra class on Monday, Wednesday, Friday was like, my Comp 1 was at 8:30 to 9:20, and then my college algebra was at 10:30. So I would always go to the student union and like go be on my computer and do that day's homework, which, yeah, I talked about that earlier. But like, you know what I mean? Like instead of going home and wasting the hour probably doing nothing, I got my Comp 1 homework if I wasn't able to finish whatever in class, and my math homework for that day done. So then like by the time I was done with classes by 11:20, I was done for the day. Use the time that you're already out to like stay out and get homework done and get stuff done, because like that hour, if I ever went home in between classes, it was literally to grab something. Like nothing valuable was being done. My thought was just like I got coffee and I sat down and then like did my homework for the day, even though it was still more school. It wasn't a time of day that I was going out of my way to then start school again. I was just still in the school mindset. That one helped me out a lot, because every time I went to the student union and got stuff done, my homework was done for that day. Another tip and trick is if you're like scared to go meet people, don't be. We would go out like to parties and stuff whenever we could. And we had one of my friends, her name's Ari. She's so funny and like so talkative. Like she met everybody. Like she'd be at a party, she'd be, "Hi, I'm Ari, what's your name? Hi, I'm Ari, what's your name?" But like now you see Ari and Ari knows everybody. Like Ari is like, now she has like so many friends or just like people she met. Like she'd be like, "Oh hey," like, and we'd be like, "Who was that?" She'd be, "Oh, I don't know, I met him at a party." Like, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, like, you can be scared to go meet people, but like, it's not like high school. Like, you're in high school and you all live in the same area. You probably all know each other or like know of each other. Like, everybody goes to college and they're going to try and meet people, which it is nerve-wracking. Like, I would always be like, "Oh my God, no, like, I can't know." Because everyone we did meet, they'd always be like, they'd always just be so nice back. They'd be, "Oh, my name's this, da da da," and they'd be so nice. Like, nobody was ever rude. Yeah, everyone's just trying to make friends, so you might as well just go for it. Okay, so my fifth one is don't get in a habit of missing class if like the attendance isn't mandatory, because you miss like so much. Like, yeah, like if you don't have to go to school, you don't want to go to school, but it's like if you weren't going to show up to class, you should have done that class online. I feel like once you miss class once, it gets so much harder to keep going. Like, you get set on going to class every day, like, right? Like, most of them are attendance based, or most of mine were attendance based this year. And like the second you miss it once for just because you slept in late or whatever, you're like, okay, well, that was so much easier than going to class, obviously. But it's like, then you're stuck in this cycle of like, "Oh, I don't want to go today because I did it once, so why wouldn't I do it again?" It's honestly just so much easier. The classes that I never missed, it was so much easier to go to those classes than the ones I accidentally miss sometimes. Okay, this tip is study what you're struggling in, because I'm not the greatest at math, and I was in college algebra this year. And like, I know I should have been studying the material more than I was. I do think there were certain ways, like, like I would sit there, I've done every homework for math, every single one, have not missed a single one. And I would be mad at myself because like I had 5 homeworks a week for math and I wasn't getting it. I would just stop at homework. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't go the extra mile to really get all of it and make it easier for myself, because like towards the end of the year I was like grinding out studying for my math for my final when I could have been doing it the whole time and making it easier for myself. If just the homework isn't helping you, multiple different places that you could study on campus, whether that be meet with somebody or meet with other students in your class or like all things like that. If you're not getting it, go the extra distance to get it, instead of like sit there and struggle because you didn't put the time in to understand it, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think if I have another one. I guess I do have another one. Oh my God. Find something to do other than school and party around, if that's like your only thing to do. Like, I do cheer. Yes, it gives me something to do. But I also go to F45 on our campus gym. It gives me 45 minutes out of the day where I'm just going and I'm like not thinking about school, I'm not thinking about cheer, I'm not thinking about anything else. I go with my friend Sam, so it's like, it's nice because we go work out together. You're not just kind of there by yourself. It's like funnier, especially because when I do F45, I don't know why, I just always am like moving, like to the music. I'm always dancing like mid-workout. I don't even know, like it's just so fun to go with Sam, you know what I mean? So it's just like the small things that'll make a difference, and it's so much more enjoyable that way to like do more than just go to school, then go back to your dorm and just sit there all day. You want to find something to do, especially at our school. We have a ton of like an intramural or like for fun basketball team or for fun soccer team or volleyball, dodgeball, like whatever. Like they were always doing stuff like that. So like find something to do to like keep you going other than just school and lay in your dorm and be on your phone. And then my last one is just go to everything you can. Like for instance, football games was a big go for us. Like even if we wanted to leave at halftime, even if it was raining, even if it was freezing, like we made the effort to go and all be with each other. Even the people we sat around at games, like it was just so fun to be with them. You can go out to parties and you don't have to be wild. Like you can just go to a party just to meet people or go out with your friends, and it doesn't always have to be like some crazy thing. Or for instance, our town, we have a thing called Tumbleweed, and college night is Thursday night, and so like a lot of people would be at Tumbleweed, and there's like a countryside, and then there was like your back party room. It wasn't as country. I don't know. The best way I can describe that room is sweaty dance floor. Like if we went to Tumbleweed, we'd go after practice, and yeah, like it was so much fun. We'd always like find other friends that we didn't even know were going. We would go with them and then get closer with them. You know what I mean? It was just so fun because it gave us something to do. We all knew our homework was done, and like we knew that like classes for the next day would be easy. We'd be able to get up, like we would go if we could. Like, we had our good balance of like when we knew we shouldn't go because we had stuff to do, and like when we could go because we had our stuff done. But yeah, that's about it. Those are my personal tips and tricks that got me through my first semester of college, and I actually loved it. Like, I love college. Like, a bunch of people texted me recently, and they're like, how's college going? Like, how are you liking it? Da da da. And I literally would text them, I love it, all caps. Every single one, because it was like, I don't know, there's something about it. It's so much more enjoyable. I feel like I shouldn't say not as much work, but like, it's so much easier to maintain than like high school because I'm there for college and everything's around me. Like, I'm not driving an hour to go like cheers like 500 steps away from me. So it's just like, I personally enjoy college a lot. I have the freedom, if I want to go hang out with my friend, I can walk to go hang out with my friend, or they just show up at my dorm. Like, stuff like that makes you like stay on track with yourself. Like, because if you're not doing it for yourself, then you're not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it keeps you in check with yourself and it makes you self-reflect. Thank you so much for watching. That helped me get through my first semester of college, and yeah, I guess if you attempt those, I hope that they help you too, because there's a lot of things on that list that like made my school life so much easier. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I know exactly who you could be. Oh, just hold on, going